just in a seat. So because this is designed for a chair, make sure that the chair that you're in is nice and sturdy on the ground. So whether it's those like 4 points firmly planted, I have like a folding chair here. So there's more of a front and a back. Make sure whatever is underneath it isn't super slippery, right? So your chair won't be at risk of kind of like sliding as you are like doing a little more movements. You want it to be nice and firm and grounded underneath you. I like to put mine actually on top of a yoga mat. If you have hardwood floors, that's kind of nice because it's nice and grippy and it keeps it in one spot. So we'll get started with feet firmly planted on the ground. Move this a bit down so you can see. And see if you can sit up nice and tall here. And you might even just scoot your seat to like the center of your chair where you can feel a little more at ease, but you have a little bit more movement and mobility in your low back. See if the top of your head can reach up a little bit higher here and take a shoulder roll or two. So shrug your shoulders up, draw them back and down, maybe a rock of the head side to side. Take any movement in the head and the neck. Maybe even take this moment to open and close your mouth a few times. Actively like move the jaw around side to side if that feels good. Release any tension if you can, soften it. And bring your hands to your thighs here, palms facing down just for a little bit of grounding, and maybe even close your eyes. Take a full breath in just to arrive, and a deep exhale out. Two more like that. Big breath in, bigger exhale. Again, breathe in, long breath out. And start to draw your chin to your chest. Roll your right ear over to the right. Back down to your chest. Left ear over to the left. Back down. Start to lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Feel the front of your throat stretch a bit more. Muscles in your neck get longer. And then come back to neutral, like you're gazing straight ahead. And then just look over your right shoulder. Nothing else changes. Look over to the right and back to center. Look over to the left and back to center. And then start to bring your hands to your knees here. And then as you take your next breath in, you'll start to tip your chest forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. You're going to tip your chest forward. So think like you were in cow pose, right? On your hands and your knees. Start to tip your chest forward. Think your sternum reaching forward and up. Maybe the chin follows and you breathe in. And then as you exhale here, think about the back of your heart leaning back towards the back of the chair, but drop your chin to your chest. Now, if you need to move your seat a little bit further forward to create a little bit more space behind you to move, you can do so. And we're going to do that with our own breath, right? A few different times. So tip your chest forward, rock forward, lift your chin. Feel the heads of your shoulders roll back in space a little more. And then as you exhale, find the opposite. You almost lean back, but your shoulders draw forward. You curl in like cat pose, but keep a hold of your knees. So you can really feel that space in between your shoulder blades pull apart. And then inhale rocks you forward, chin lift, and exhale, you rock back. So nice. And then you'll come back to neutral here or sit up nice and tall. Start to incorporate the arms here. So you'll reach your arms up overhead and then just drop your right hand down. You might even grab onto the side of your chair and then just can you reach with the left fingertips a little more as you tip over to the right? And you'll come up, right hand meets the left, and you drop the left hand down, tip over to the left. Really reach through your right fingertips. So nice. And then you'll come up, reach both hands up here, and then you'll find a twist. So your left hand will come outside of your right knee. Your right hand will grab the back of that chair if you have a back to it. Really nice to hold on to here. So take a breath in first to think about the top of your head lifting up higher. You grow a little taller, and as you exhale, you can maybe consider looking over your right elbow behind you or your right shoulder. Stay here. One more breath in to get taller, longer. A breath out to twist. And you'll face the front. Reach both hands up. Big breath in. Grow even taller. You might even interlace the fingers this time and flip the palms up. Look up. And then as you exhale, look forward, but twist over to the left. So right hand comes to your left knee. Left hand reaches behind you to the back or the side of that chair. If you can grab onto it, awesome. Take a breath in, sit up taller, and a breath out to look over your left shoulder or left elbow, maybe behind you. And if that feels like too much, just look over to the side, totally fine. Take a breath in to lengthen, and a breath out, maybe to deepen a little more. So nice. Now reach all the way up. Big breath in. You'll face the front again. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. Big inhale, maybe even chin will rise. And then as you exhale, release the hands down. So we're going to do a little bit of work here. Your choice. You can stay here seated and keeping your seat on your chair. If you'd like a little bit more work here, we're going to find chair pose, ironically. But all you have to do here is just lift your seat up a little bit up off the ground, right? Or off your chair, rather. And you can just like hover there and you ask your legs to do a little bit more work. If that's too much right away, you can sit right back down and just focus on your breath right here. We're just here for 3. And rather than rounding like cat pose here, can you find a little bit more like that sternum drawing up like cow pose here? 2. Maybe you even reach the hands forward or the arms alongside the ears. Last one. And you get to sit back down. So nice. Now, we'll take a little bit of a modified warrior 2 here. So kind of cool. You can use the chair underneath you to support you, but still find these traditional yoga-like shapes. You're going to slide your seat towards the edge of your chair, like as far as you can, where you don't feel like you lose that grounding and you want to tip forward, right? So keep both of your sit points, right? Like both sides of your seat on that chair. You're going to take your right foot out to the right. And almost like you were creating like a right angle here to some degree, you're going to keep that here. And you'll take your left leg long out to the side. Okay. I'm going to move back just a bit so you can see my foot where it lands, right? And if you need to adjust, come to the edge of the seat, but make sure you're not going to tip forward off of that chair. You want to stay grounded here. So your seat is just on the edge of that chair. Your right foot is planted. Your left leg is long. And if you can, the outer edge of that left foot presses down. And you can stay here or reach the arms out wide like a T. So you're in this warrior 2 like shape. And your shoulders stay parallel with the back of your, or the front rather, like the with your chair, right? And you soften the shoulders away from your ears. Now you can stay here, keep everything the same. Maybe your gaze, your eyes goes over your right fingertips here. And then you soften again. Maybe soften the elbows if you need to, soften the face. Take a full breath in, big breath out. One more. Inhale, full exhale. So nice. Now you can do what's called a reverse warrior here. Drop the left hand down. You'll reach the right hand up, and maybe you lean back a bit towards that left foot, right? Like you're arching here and you find a little bit more length through the right side. Take one more big breath in, and you'll come back to that warrior two like shape. Now you'll come back to that chair, bring both feet back in front of you, and take that right knee, or sorry, left knee rather. You'll snug it up towards your chest here. Take a roll of the left ankle, both directions, and you'll cross it right on top of your thigh here and create a figure four like shape. And so you'll sit up nice and tall, just like you did before. Nice and tall. And I like to bring my right hand to the sole of my left foot here. And my left hand can almost just ground down on that thigh or that knee to encourage it to open that external rotation in the left thigh as you sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Now you might stay right here. That knee might be lifted, and that's totally okay. You just breathe where you are, finding ease on every exhale, softening, right? If you can. If you feel like you'd like to deepen the stretch in that left hip a little more, take a breath in to lengthen and think about the top of your head rising. And then as you exhale, almost tip your pelvis forward. And that can be like a slight little tilt. And you notice a little bit more of a stretch or sensation in that left hip. If you'd like to, and it feels good, you can think about your heart reaching beyond the front of that left shin, right? Like beyond your left shin. And if you want, you can even start to round forward here and then let your head drop. Notice what that does. All just options, of course, along the way. Take a full breath in wherever you are. Big breath out. Easing off if you need to. Take a breath in. Soften the jaw, soften the face and the shoulders as you exhale. Okay, keep the structure of the legs if you have it. You can sit up nice and tall and stay. Take a few more breaths if you'd like. If you want to add a little bit of a twist here, you can start to bring your left hand. Now you'll switch, right? You're going to twist to the right. Your torso will twist. Your lower body will stay the same. So your left hand can come to the sole of your foot. Your right hand can come to the back of your chair. And then again, sit up nice and tall first. And then as you exhale, you might twist a little bit towards the back, right? You'll look over that right shoulder towards the right elbow. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, a different sensation, you'll tip your pelvis forward. And maybe it's your left forearm that comes to the sole of your left foot. And your right hand, I like to bring it to my right hip, but you can also grab the back of that chair and then think about the crown of your head rather than reaching up towards the sky. Think about it reaching on that 45-degree angle, like reaching forward a bit more, and then maybe looking over your right shoulder. Pausing here wherever you are. Breathe in and out. Just here for two. Last one. And release. You'll face the front. Release that left foot. Take your legs out in front of you. Give them a little bit of a shake after all of that work. Awesome. And then you'll take your left foot over to the left. We're going to switch sides. So right leg goes long. And if you need to, come to the edge of that seat and just enough so you can like ground that right foot down. It doesn't have to be straight out to the right, right? It could be like slightly on a diagonal in front of you. That's totally fine. And then your arms come out long like a T. Stay here or look over your left fingertips. Soften what you need to. Full breath in. Bigger breath out. Here for two. Last one. You'll drop the right hand down, reach the left hand up, like reverse warrior here to find that lateral length along the left. And you'll come back to that long arms, that warrior two shape. Come back to the center. You'll start to take both feet forward right in front of you, just firmly plant them. And now it's the right knee. You'll snug it up, take a roll of the ankle both directions. And you'll find that figure four cross. All of those same sort of options here. Hand can come to the sole of the foot. Right hand just encourages that knee to open up as you sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Stay or think about tipping slightly forward. You might notice both sides are not equal or exactly the same sensation. That's okay too. Just wherever you are, pause, notice. Try not to push beyond that sort of sensation. Take a breath in and exhale, find ease. You're here, or maybe you round wherever you've landed. You're just here for two. Last one. And you'll come up. Keep the structure in the legs. Readjust if you need to. And now it's your twist. So you're twisting your torso over to the left. So the right hand can come to the sole of the foot to start. And then maybe you grab behind you. And that is your twist. You might take a breath in to lengthen up. And then an exhale to deepen. Staying here, or that option to, again, tip your torso forward, tip your pelvis forward. And maybe it's the forearm that comes to the sole of the foot. And almost find this action of pressing the forearm into the foot to find length in both sides of your torso, both the right side and the left. And then maybe you twist from there, grabbing the back of the chair, or maybe hand comes to that left hip. Stay here, full breath in. Breathe out. Last round in and out. So nice. You'll slowly make your way back to center. Bring both legs and both feet to the ground here. Just reset and plant. Unravel. Take rolls of the shoulders. Drop the head. Roll of the neck and the head. All directions. Again, maybe open and close the mouth a few times, softening the jaw, softening the face. Take a breath in to fill up. Open up your mouth, let out a sigh. One last movement here. You'll take your hands out in front of you. Take your arms out like a T here. Now flip your palms back behind you. So your thumbs will flip down, and then slowly take your arms down along your sides here. Press back through the hands. And you might even grab onto the back of your chair here. So, one last time here to use the chair wherever your hands want to land. Every chair is built a little bit differently, it has a little bit of different space. You might even take your hands behind you with your fingers pointing out, just like grabbing onto the back. The idea is to encourage the heads of the shoulders to really roll behind you, and you get to use that chair as a prop to lift your sternum, lift your chin. Open up here. Take one more big breath in and breathe all the way out. Come back to neutral. Bring your hands on top of your thighs or your knees here. Imagine you were looking straight forward, but then close your eyes. So the weight of your head is just kind of like floating on top of your spine as you breathe in. Soft breath out. Two more like that. Breathe in, trace your inhale to the top. Notice your exhale all the way to the bottom. Again, breathe in. Maybe this time, slow sigh out. And taking this moment here to just honor yourself for creating time in your day, create space in your body, space in your breath, maybe even space in your thoughts. And maybe you can choose to fill that space with a little bit more breath, a little bit more ease, or whatever it is that you need a little bit more of for the remainder of your day, remainder of your week. And thank you so much for joining me. You can blink your eyes open, take in a little bit more light. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you again soon.